Hi everyone, I'm Nivashni Manikam, metric number 259147. Now I would like to brief on a well-known scholar, Mary Parker Follet, who is known as the mother of modern management. Let us look on about Mary Parker Follet. Mary Parker Follet was born in Quincy on 3rd September 1868 and died in Boston on 18 December 1933. Mary Parker Follet was an American social worker, philosopher, and management consultant. She was a pioneer in the field of organizational theory and organizational behavior. Follet was born in Boston and spent much of her early life there. Mary Parker Follet was produced almost 5 books. First, The Speaker of the House of Representatives in 1896, The New State in 1918, Creative Experience in 1924, Dynamic Administration is about the collected papers of Mary Parker Follet in 1942, and the last one, Freedom and Coordination in 1987. Next, the concept or theory used by Mary Parker Follet. Mary Parker Follet believed that management was the art of getting things done through people. She also believed in community, and she believes that each employee can be leader, can be owner, and make decision. She also stated that true leaders create group power and not expressing personal power. As the term she used, working is in diverse groups and in collaboration way, more ideas generate better outcomes and productivity.
Hi, my name is J. Rubini Naidu, matrix number 255963. Now we are going to look at the application of contribution of Mary Parker Follet in the world of management. For instance, the Speaker of House Representatives, 1896. Her book has made a notable impact in the study of growth of American governmental institutions. In her other book, New State 1918, she articulates the formation of new state growing out of local activities of citizens and renews the American idea of federalism in order to balance local activities and national purposes. Okay, the next book, Creative Experience 1924, she claims that the people who learn by experience often make great messes of their life. That is, if they apply what is learned of past incident to present. The Dynamic Administration, the collected papers of Mary Parker Follet. According to Follet, what she called her law of situation could be means for bridging the gap between an ideal of scientific management and the unilateral position that it seemed to involve in practice. Next is a few principles of Follet. Okay, the first four would be the principle of early stage, which means it must start during the planning state. Coordination should start during the planning stage itself. Okay, the next one is the principle of continuity. Coordination must be a continuous process to ensure the success of the plan. Next is the principles of direct contact. All managers need to have a direct connection to their subordinate. And next one would be principle of reciprocal relation. The decision and action of all people and department are always interrelated. One person's decision is going to indirectly or directly affect another one in the department. Next is add-on principles. First one will be principle of effective communication. Good communication will help the subordinate and their manager, or even the connection between the subordinates, even more effective. Next is principle of mutual respect. All managers, all employees working at different level should show their respect to each other. Even the higher to a lower position, the sense of respect must always be maintained. Next is principle of clarity of objectives. The coordination will be successful only if the organization has set clear its objectives. And the last one would be principle of scalar chain. Scalar chain is a line of authority. Every member must know who is his superior and also know who is his subordinate. That's all. Thank you.
My warmest greetings to everyone. My name is Yashni Devi Subramaniam, metric number 259203. Now, I would like to present on the topic of contribution of Mary Parker Follet to the management theory. According to Follet, her research focused on how subordinates such as civilians and laborers agree to a decision that has been made for them without their own free will. Some of the focus areas of the Mary Parker Follet contributions are conflicts, authority, and leadership. Okay, firstly, let's look at conflict. What is conflict? Conflict is a misunderstanding between two parties. Thus, Mary Parker Follet has determined 3 ways to resolve the conflict. The first way is dominance. Dominance is one party beating another party, and usually it is considered as the easiest way to resolve a conflict. Second way she suggested is compromise. In a conflict resolution that involves both parties tolerating a little so that the work that has been interrupted by the conflict can resume. And the third way is integration. Integration is like none of the parties has to give up anything and both their interest and a point of view are served. So in this way, the problems are stabilized and permanently resolved. Let's look at what is authority. Authority is defined as the ability to make things happen or to change things. For example, like power and giving orders. There are 4 important aspects in giving orders. Okay, the first aspect is conscious attitude. It means managers need to be aware that all the orders must consist actions that can be carried out later on. Second aspect is responsible attitude. It means the person that is going to give the orders has to decide what are the works that he is going to delegate and to whom. And the third aspect is experimental attitude. It means the person that is going to give order must be able to try out new methods and monitor the result throughout the work. Fourth aspect is the following up on result. The person that is giving order must analyze the result and he must come up with a new method. Let's say the current method has any problem or failure. Finally, let's look at what is leadership. Leadership is defined as the one who energizes a group or a team and usually who stimulates initiatives. In this matter, Follet has identified three types of leadership. Firstly is positional leadership. It is like manager taking on an authorization attitude that is expected from his position in a company or a management. Secondly is personality leadership. This refers to a person becoming a leader which have power personality in nature. For example, from the way they speak to others or from the way they finish their work. And third is functional leadership. This is like the one who is best qualified for a specific action, or the one who has the right knowledge will take the lead. For example, let's say there's a they in a accounting firm or in an accounting department, the leader must have the right knowledge in order to conduct the team, or in order to complete a certain task. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Taneshwari Muniandi. My metric number 259058. I'm continuing the presentation with criticism of Mary Parker Follet. First, idealism theory. Her main problem was her idealism, which was clearly visible in the theory. Follet theories carry some oxymoronic values such as centralization as well as decentralization. Her ideas were indicative of certain ideas, and those same ideas were proven as a basic for the theorization done by the future humanistic theories. The second one is ignore social nature or the process involved in the management of the organization. Follet was never a systematic writer. She threw out interesting more and less randomly, and therefore the thread of consistency was hard to find and harder to follow. And the third one is not interrupting the social content of the organizational scientifically. Should throw all real social and class conflict off scale and consider only the psychological conflict, which was mainly from lack of understanding and differences in personal qualities. The fourth one is few writer called a classical thinker. She herself criticized a classical theory of the management. It's a one-sidedness, mechanism, and also ignorance psychological aspect. And she criticized not seeing the organizational process in the social context. In conclusion, Mary Parker Follet to the management theory has come recognize relatively little attention given to her around the development of thinking and practice in the field of informal education and also lifelong learning. A work on management became forgotten after her death in 1933. Her idea vanished from American management thinking in 1930 until 1940. Her work re-emerged in 1960 in Japan, and some thinkers also reapplied her theories. That's all from her. Thank you.